Do artificial flowers harm humans and ecosystems? Humans like flowers. However, it's hard to say that humans like all kinds of flowers. Many people hate artificial flowers made of plastic. I also feel uncomfortable seeing artificial flowers rather than thinking they are pretty. As an environmental health major, I assume that artificial flowers have adverse effects on humans and ecosystems. Most artificial flowers are difficult to recycle, so they are disposed of by incineration or landfill. That may cause damage to humans, ecosystems, and descendants by polluting our environment. Let me tell you what the consequences of using artificial flowers are. Generation of microplastics. Artificial flowers release microplastics into the ecosystem over a long time. Microplastics are tiny pieces of plastic less than 5 millimeters in size. For example, suppose an artificial flower placed in a cemetery is left unattended. In that case, microplastics from the artificial flower can penetrate the soil. Microplastics can be absorbed by vegetables and grains grown in soil contaminated with microplastics, as well as by groundwater. That is one of the main routes through which humans consume microplastics. Emission of heavy metals. When disposing of artificial flowers, incineration is sometimes used instead of landfill. However, in the incineration of artificial flowers, harmful heavy metals, such as lead and cadmium, can be released into the atmosphere. Because artificial flowers are made of various chemicals and metals, including plastics, heavy metals are environmental hazards that increase the risk of fatal diseases such as cancer. Emission of hazardous chemicals. In 2022, the Korea Consumer Agency investigated 20 artificial flowers sold on the market in South Korea. The results showed that various hazardous substances, such as short-chain chlorinated paraffins, were detected in 5 products, exceeding the standard. Some exceeded the European Union standards by as much as 70 times. SCCPs are substances that do not degrade naturally and are persistent in the environment. SCCPs can be bioaccumulated in the body of humans and animals. SCCPs can be toxic to aquatic life even in trace amounts. P means persistent, B means bioaccumulative, and T means toxic. It is called PBT material if it has all 3 properties. Therefore, SCCPs are PBT material. World Health Organization has designated that SCCPs have the potential to cause cancer. A hotbed of indoor dust. Suppose you place artificial flowers indoors for a long time. In that case, various chemicals and fine dust can adhere to them and become a collection of pollutants. Indoor residents may experience respiratory diseases and allergic symptoms as a result. Suppose you have old artificial flowers in the interior of your home and are experiencing frequent allergy symptoms. In that case, I recommend you throw away the artificial flowers immediately. Considerations in the production of live flowers. On the other hand, live flowers are not all green. We need to produce them in an eco-friendly way. When growing flowers, we need to reduce the use of agricultural chemicals such as pesticides. We need to avoid using non-degradable plastic wrappers when packaging a bunch of flowers. Also, to reduce carbon emissions from fuel consumption of vehicles when delivering flowers, we recommend purchasing locally grown flowers. The surest way to solve artificial flower-related problems is to ban the sale and use of artificial flowers. Some countries have banned artificial flowers in public places such as parks and cemeteries. However, these measures may be perceived as infringing upon individual liberties or may be objected to by the seller. Therefore, the best alternative is a change in consumer perception. Someone may think it is better to provide artificial flowers instead of live ones because they are expensive. You can choose artificial flowers as live flowers wither quickly. It is understandable if you didn't know the harm of artificial flowers. But if you realize the damage from artificial flowers, shouldn't you change your mind? However, I see hope. In a survey of 1,000 South Koreans, 82.2% said they were against using artificial flowers instead of live flowers in national parks, cemeteries. I earnestly ask those who watch this video, please share this video with others so that more people will reduce the use of artificial flowers. Will the deceased, sleeping under the ground, be happy when they receive an artificial flower that emits various environmental hazards? This was Dr. Sang Il Jun in Public Health. Thank you for watching.